Trying to fool with this phone. Thank y'all for joining me on the on my live stream today. I'm gonna wait till a couple of people get here before I get started. Yeah, I got back from that long vacation yesterday, man. I tell you, that ride, one thing over here, the logistics of getting around. Hey, Cal, Deadman, good morning. Good morning, John. I saw you on here. Carmen, I saw you on here earlier. Let's see. Calvin, any gossip on the new upcoming travel restrictions? Stay safe, my friend. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes for some people to get here. Hey, Yasha Rala, Israel, what's up, big bro? I'm going to give some shout outs. What's up, Gary in the UK? Don Johnson, what's up? He said, I'm still in the hammock, man. I tell you, it was comfortable. Doug Carr, what's up? Lone Stranger, yes, sir. Fitzroy George, let's go. Lamont Smith, also known as Demetrius Smith. What's going on, brother? Curtis, 23, boots on the ground. Coronet, good morning. Good morning, Roger. Music Man San Diego, hey, what's going on? Momentum L, what's going on? C. Brown says I'm a wild man. Gurko 9, what's going on? Dave Meehan, hi Calvin, been watching your blog and videos for a couple of months now. Very informative, the real deal. Need your insight on some questions. Is it possible to email WhatsApp, Dave? Yes, Dave, my WhatsApp is, Calvin Roach, and it's my phone number, 639-48-995-5695. Or just send me a message request in my Facebook Messenger, Calvin Cooley, Cooley, Roach, Roach. What's going on? Elo guy from Baltimore, Maryland. William Flowers. Hey, William Maduras. Thanks for following my Facebook page. Mr. Vegas checking in. Sam Champion, thank you, man. I got those pictures you sent me of those 2 Balik buying boxes, man. I don't know if I can fit all that stuff in my house. But thank you, brother. Todd Johnson, Brad Jones. Okay, let's get ready to go. Okay. Here's some travel updates, and y'all probably already know all this, but I got this from the Manila Times. It's the IATF. It says that the Civil Aeronautics Board has directed airlines operating at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Manila to limit the number of passengers arriving in Manila to 1,500 daily. So a lot of incoming and outgoing international flights to Manila have been canceled. And that's going to run from March 18 to April 19. And it's right there in that same time frame with the temporary suspension of travel into the Philippines of foreigners and returning overseas Filipinos who are non-OFWs, who aren't working overseas. So there's a temporary suspension of foreigners and non-OFWs. And that's from March 18 to April 19. So, because of this new COVID variant, and the Philippines has taken some steps back. And, I don't know if it's going to have any, well, obviously it is. Hey, Lewis, thank you so much for the super sticker. Obviously it's going to have some effects on the opening, because Duterte just said the other day that he wanted to fully open the Philippine economy next month. So I guess that's not going to happen. Hey, Ingram Davis, what's going on? And keeping in line with that, the first question I got is this. I caught a lot of flack when I suggested to guys, when you get over here, to take your girlfriend to the doctor, okay? Now, here was a question. He said, should I require my Filipina to take the swab test? Absolutely. And I'm going to tell you why. You have to jump through so many hoops just to get over here. Imagine, you may even have to take a swab test, the vaccine, the whole 9 yards, okay? You go through all that, then you come over here, you meet a woman who 9 times out of 10 has not, 99 times out of 100 has not taken the swab test or the vaccine, and then you mess around and catch COVID over here and mess around and die. Absolutely. And you tell her now while you're chatting with her. It doesn't cost a lot of money, guys, over here. It's about, well, they've got a cheaper version in Manila and Cebu. The one I paid for cost 550 pesos. That's about $11. Yeah, have your girlfriend take that swab test, or whoever you coming over here to meet. You know, I'm just letting you know, man. You know, you guys are. We have to jump through so many hoops just to come here. Why come here and then catch AIDS or tuberculosis or any of the other things that you could possibly catch? You know, again, see, we're giving the Filipino a pass. Like I told y'all before, you can't do that. If she's going to make you travel halfway around the world, pay for your ticket, pay for the the hotel or Airbnb, pay for everything when you get here, then you're paying $24.95 dating site. Come on, guys. Spend $11 and send her to the doctor. Or you're going to regret it. It's just that simple. I want to give y'all my review of the Big Bamboo Beach Resort that I stayed in Sapalai Beach. I'm going to give it a B- only because somehow these people have managed to keep this place open during this pandemic and lockdown. I mean, I got to give them that. I got to give them a B- just for that, because other than that, there's some real nice resorts next to that, along that stretch of beach where I was staying. I didn't do my homework because that Big Bamboo Beach Resort would have been my last choice. Okay? It's dated. I give it a B- because they kept it open, but also their staff. They have a wonderful staff, guys. But it's just old. It's there's no Wi-Fi, there's no television, and I just think that compared to the other resorts along that stretch, it's failing, you know. But again, I gave it a B- simply because of the staff, number one, and number two, they've managed to keep it open. I don't know how. They've got that variant here, you know, really put the Philippines back. And escaping from Andy Omar in the Philippines. Now that's funny. He says the vaccine is worse than the virus, man. From what I hear, escaping, some of the guys have told me that yeah, they have experienced, you know, some effects from that virus. Well, actually, they're shooting you with the virus, right? Is that the same thing they do with the flu? JX said you would have to test her family. Well, you're not going to be around her family, you know, until that one time. And then when you go there, you're going to wear all your personal protective gear. Because more than likely, JX, she's going to meet you at the airport. More than likely. That's just the way we set it up. Neil Bagelstein says, no vaccine, no travel for you. Absolutely right. And that's just how it is over in the Philippines. And like I said, you're going to have to jump through all these hoops. Make her jump through some hoops. I'm going to tell you, I took that swab test, and I tell you again, I didn't know whether to call the police or the ambulance, but I was assaulted. It's terrible, man, especially over here. I mean, I didn't know what to do, man. I tell you what, I wouldn't put my worst enemy through that. Another question is, what do you think the biggest test for a new man visiting the Philippines? Oh, that's real easy. It's meeting the girl at the airport and not falling all in love and just losing your damn mind. See, that's the biggest test that you're going to face when you get over here, because 100% of you are coming over here to meet somebody. You know, so when you see this little creamy skinned woman waiting for you at the airport with hair down to her behind, wearing these Daisy Duke shorts or tight skinny jeans, and she's just, you know, as beautiful of a human being if you ever set eyes on, because we're not used to the Filipina, guys. Let's be honest. We're not used to it. If you can pass that test, and very few of us are able to pass that test, okay? You can get the hardest man going his own way. Before you know it, he'll be, are you going my way, after dealing with this Filipina. She's a unicorn. So that's the biggest test you're going to have to pass. If you can somehow show some patience in dealing with that, you're probably going to come out on top. But your first trip over here, you're going to lose, you know, because the biggest advantage that the Filipina has over you coming here from the West, she's patient. She can wait you out. You're not going to be impatient, guys. Hey, music man, and oh, okay. Carlos Rodriguez said, big truth in that, Calvin. Yeah, if you can pass that test, brother, you got it. Hey, the Donna man says he went on a weed run and he helped somebody. Hey, bravo, brother. John said, whack one off before you get to the airport. Because I'm gonna tell you, they'll turn the toughest, you know, that men going their own way movement into, are you going my way? I've seen it happen, man. I'm gonna tell you something. These women over here are something, boy, I tell you. But if you can pass that test, man, that's a big one, brother, for you right there. Let's see some of these questions. Because it's something that you've never seen before. If you've never been over here before, I don't care. Waiting for you at that airport, man, it's going to blow your mind. Hank Smither said at Sunshine Shoulders that swab test that bad. Yeah, it is. I'm not going to lie to you, brother. I wouldn't lie to you about that. I ain't going to lie. Dana Middleton said how to send you some stuff. Well, Dana, they've got it all over here. And then I've got YouTube, and I've got Spotify. But yeah, but see, I've been missing R&B before I even came over here, because there is no R&B anymore. It's like, where did the R&B go? I grew up in the 70s. We used to go, hold on guys, it's my daughter. Hey booby, she woke up from a nap, guys. And you know I gotta tell her, so you can say hello to everybody, booby, before I take you out of here. Say, hey, she's sleepy. Thanks, Don Johnson. How expensive to ship a burl there once I... A burl? What do you mean? Huh? Hey, Don Johnson, give me, what are you talking about, a burl? Let me know what you mean, brother. But I'm just saying, you're right, brother, but where is it? I mean, really, when I was growing up in the 70s, guys, listen, we used to go to concerts, 5 groups for $5. If once one group got old and faded out, there was somebody waiting in the wings to take their place. Now all of a sudden, I guess somebody told me that the R&B singers are now singing gospel. I guess that's true. James Lyon, wow, she's beautiful. Thank you. Amen. Says, how cute, Louis Cutie Pie. James Land says, hey Cal, what up over there? How long is it going to be until they open? Man, they just had a setback over here, brother, with this new COVID variant over here. South Africa and, South African and Brazilian, now they've shut it down. Foreigners can't get in here. Even Filipinos can't get in here, returning home unless they're OFW. The Lone Stranger said virgins are overrated. Absolutely. Hey, thanks Carlos Rodriguez for that super chat. He said, no question, just grateful for your videos. Been very informational. Thank you. I really appreciate it. You're breaking up tonight, Cal. Let me go outside. But I'm telling you, it's beaming hot outside, guys. Cal B says, would it be better to date an older Filipino? Well, you're just going to get the same, coming from an older lady, really. I mean, the perfect age group for any man, I don't care how old you are, if you come over here to the Philippines, this is boots on the ground experience, guys, is 24 to 25. Now, you may sound crazy. They're no different once they get 24, 25 on up, okay? And I will give you this tip. Try to date a woman who has a college degree over here. Education is big over here. There's a lot of women who have college degrees over here. It just makes it a lot easier on you. She's going to know the language a lot better. She's going to be more able to carry on a conversation with you, because that's a big deal over here, man. That's a deal breaker over here. When you meet a Filipino, I don't care how beautiful she is, try to carry a conversation on with them. It's difficult, man. So, but that 24 on up, but the 24, 25 is a perfect. She's finished school. She's probably had one or two boyfriends, so she can appreciate you. She's probably got a job, something like that. Roger Blue says, don't sugarcoat it. This is an easy question, Roger. How do racists running to the how do you resist running to the candy store every day? Man, I'm going to tell you something. You must have read my mind. But today, the COVID keeps me honest nowadays. But it's tough, man. It's a tough... it's tough on you over here. See, that's one of the reasons why a lot of guys, they take the risk and move their woman over to America, because they can't resist the temptation. And that's one thing. That's why I tell you to proceed with caution. Find you a woman who you really are into. Wait till you get over here. Don't, you're dealing with a small percentage online, and you're going to be disappointed. When you get over here, man, and you see these beautiful women over here, you're going to have whiplash. You're going to be like this. I don't care where you go. You can go to the mall. You can go to the marketplace. You can just walk around in your neighborhood. Something's going to grab your attention, man. And that's a great question. It's just hard, man. I'm going to tell you. But now, because I found a woman who... See, if you come over here and you don't have in your mind the type of woman you're looking for, yeah, you're going to be in big trouble. Because every day, 10 times a day, you're going to see somebody. You're going to try to upgrade. You're going to try to change. And I've got a video on that. It's called A Good Woman in the Philippines is as Good as It Gets. You can't upgrade over here, guys. You're going to get a good woman. If you got a good woman, don't try to upgrade. All you're going to do is get another one with a different face. All right? But yes, it's hard over here to resist unless you have the one that's going to keep your attention. Hey, Seven Stizzle, thanks for that super sticker. And the only way you're going to do that is to meet her over here. They got too many filters and all that old stupid stuff on their phone. Yeah, hey man, said Calvin, my friend told me forget about single dating. Yeah, because when you get over here, man, but it's best to find one over here. That way, you're gonna get the woman that you want. Online, you don't know what you're getting. And I tell you guys all the time. I received a message from a guy today says he fell in love. Okay, I told you. Joshua Bernard said, "How open-minded are they in the bedroom?" Well, that's one thing you're gonna like about Filipinos. They look, you know, laid back, but when you get them behind closed doors, they're the quintessential lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. It's true. That's They were thinking about the Filipino when they created that line. Because when you see her out in the streets, man, she's so dressed, so conservative. Nothing's out of place. Not one hair out of place. Clothes are on. But then when you get her home, yeah, I tell guys all the time, and I was sexually frustrated when I got over in the Philippines in 2009. Within my first 2 weeks of being here, every sexual fantasy I had was fulfilled. You know, it's just how it is. They're not going to play those old foolish games that women play in those other countries, man. They don't use sex as a baseball bat to beat you upside the head. They're just open-minded about that. But let's go on, okay, to the next question. But you're not going to have any problems with that. Yeah, it's on. Billy Lizer says it's on, yeah. Hey, Rory Bellamy, thank you for that. Team Mariano Patel. My wife and I met on Dating Asia 8 years ago. 2 kids and still going strong. Absolutely. And you're smart, and I'm glad that you brought that up. Dating Asia is a free dating site, guys. I mean, it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay. And we got to make a stand against these dating sites. It should be free for us with all we're bringing to the table. The Filipina should be the one paying to chat with us. Okay? Hey, what's up, Luis Martinez? Yeah. They should pay to chat with us. It shouldn't be the other way around. We're paying for everything as it is. Yeah, we're the prize. Brad Jones says, how's Mira getting along? She's got a boyfriend, as a matter of fact, now. And they seem to be cool, so... Hey, Levine White, what's going on, brother? How's your son? Hey, if y'all ain't hip to Kobe White, go on YouTube and check him out for Boston College, man. It's his senior year. He's coming off a knee injury, but the young brother reminds me of Steve Smith. I think he's going to that next level. Okay, I'm going to try outside, guys, because I don't know what's going on, but remember, we're in the Philippines, guys. You're not going to get a whole lot of good Wi-Fi. Yeah, the Lone Stranger says, I've seen those meet and greets in Cebu, and believe it or not, the first woman I ever met over here, she attended one of those things. And it's scripted, man. It's just so scripted. Bring me a chair, honey, from out in the room. Yeah, it's just so scripted, guys. And then you're going to feel so out of place. Like me, I'm bashful, man. I can't be at a table with 10 other women looking down my throat and all that. Because remember, they're not going to be the same person you're going to meet by yourself. They're going to be somebody different when it's going to give them confidence when they got 10 other women. Bring my drink and then that fan, if you don't mind, with my rag. Yeah, it's going to be 10 other women at that thank you so much. You know, my whole is dedicated to helping Filipinos. Uh, my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. Robert Doty, hi Calvin, great channel. Thanks for your honesty. I appreciate it. Well, right now, give me a thumbs up if you can see me good, if I'm working okay, because I'm using my data and it looks to me like I'm coming through okay. The Donna Man says when we help others, we help ourselves. That's absolutely true. It's been my experience here. What's up, Calvin? I'm loving the conversation. Look forward to your chats each week. Hey, thank you, Roy. I appreciate it. Hey, Hollywood, baby. Thank you, Mr. Vegas. He said, that's the problem in the Philippines. Even my family don't have strong Wi-Fi. Yeah. Yeah, better now, Dana. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm using my data now. Hey, Fitzroy George, I have to take a visit to Cebu. Shout out to the channel. He says, keep up the good work, very informative. Thank you, Fitzroy George. I appreciate that, man. Keith Press says, Davao City, #1. I love Davao. It doesn't do a whole lot of good, guys. Mr. Vegas, gonna be in a man, and so this is so stupid. I hate this about this Wi-Fi. But anyway, remember, guys, I got a lot of people on here. That has a lot to do with it too. A professor told me that, and I believe him. But anyway, the meet and greet is scripted because they're told to act a certain way. Of course, they come dressed all up. You know, and Filipinos don't walk around in the Philippines with makeup on and dresses and high heel shoes and stuff like that. That's why I say it's scripted. Excuse me. It's better to just come over here and meet somebody, catch her when she's not looking. Hey, Jenny Lynn Alvarez, thank you. Well, I boosted my plan. You have to understand something. We're in the Philippines, and I don't care how great of a plan you got. When you got 200 and some odd people on your live stream, it's going to kind of screw with the signal. But yeah, leave the meet and greets alone. And plus, they cost you money, guys. Remember. Yeah, Baguio City. I'm gonna tell you why. I love the hot weather. I don't want it to be cold, cool. If I wanted to be cool, I'd have stayed in Louisville. Okay, Dana. He says email me so I can see your R&B on CDs. On CDs. Still watching, Sir Calvin. Thank you. Okay, it says, Dylan Hayes says going to Misamas Occidental as soon as it opens up. Yeah. Well, see, Cagayan de Oro is considered. Thanks, Cal Deadman. He says here's $4.99 on router. Come on, guys, we got you, Cal. Let me show you something, Cal. Behind me, you see that router there? There's the router, right there. I'm sitting right by the router. Hey, isn't it even more money, boots on the ground, as a 50-year-old? Wait, let's see, what's he saying? Average income dude, I could get a smart, hot, young chick here in the U.S. Could you? What did he say? Wait. Oh, okay. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to. Roger Blue, I didn't mean that. I hit the wrong button. I'm going to have to get rid of this guy here. I don't think that's the real Jordan vlog. Roy Jones meet and greet at the mall. Yeah. Don Johnson says, have you tried that chicken butt yet? I haven't. Tyrone Billups says, hey, Calvin, been watching you off and on. Great job from Charlotte, North Carolina. Thank you, brother. Todd Johnson says, field woman wear wedding ring on right hand. Let's see. I'm not sure. I've never met a married woman over here. I know they wear they wear rings on their fingers anyhow. Yeah, John, I know it's not Jordan. That's why I cut it off. Richie Rich says, I stay away from the lady boys. You and me, both. Yeah. Apple Hernandez, she's entertaining. She did a video on Sunshine Shoulders being too strict with his house rules. Well, I tell you what, that's because she's a Filipina. Now, you come over here as a foreigner and you don't have some type of rules set up, you're going to go crazy. I tell you what, I tell you that. So, of course, she's going to say I'm being too strict. But it's not true. Well, you're not going to have any trouble with that. He asked the same question that was just asked about the expectations regarding, the bedroom. He says things are working good, but not the way they used to. I think it'll be okay over here. You don't have to worry about that. Let's see. What we got? Hey, Calvin, when was the last time you've been to Dumageddon? Jacqueline Harris says. It's been a while because of these stupid restrictions. But I love Dumageddon. I love walking down on the boulevard. I love eating at that Filipino restaurant on the boulevard, at the end of the boulevard. I can't think of the name of that place, but it's one of my favorite places to eat in the Philippines. IM says they sell Viagra on the street. I wouldn't take that Viagra if I were you, that's for sure. And that's one thing I'm glad he brought that up. Guys, remember to bring your common sense with you when you come over here. If you're outside of Robinson Mall in Cebu, and it's going to be 4 or 5 guys coming up to you asking you, do you want to buy Cialis and Viagra? Do not buy that stuff. It's not real, okay? I'm just telling you. Don't do that to yourself. There's no telling what they're selling. But it surely is not that. But you're going to be confronted with it. Because I didn't realize, I'll tell you how naive I am. I was in Cebu for 2 years. I didn't even know that Robinson, around Fuentes Circle, is a meetup place for women and their johns. I didn't even know that, man. It's crazy. I didn't know it. Okay, he says, if you ever in Dumageddon, try, what's the name of his place? Because Ian Musk is a Filipino. I always take his advice. He said, if you ever in Dumageddon, try going to the La Tundra Peak Beach Resort. It's a family-owned beach resort. Where is that, Ian Musk? Is that in Valencia? I know we've been to one in Valencia. Now, if you like cool weather, it's a little cooler. It's in the mountains. I think that's where Old Dog New Tricks lives. Hey, Jimbo, here's Ben. He says, hey, Calvin, when would you recommend to visit Philippines post-COVID? That's a good question. I would say as soon as they open up, because this is just my humble opinion, man. The Philippines has done a great job with their COVID, believe it or not. I mean, I don't think you're going to have any problems once you get here. As soon as they open up for your country, I'd come. It's not going to be any problem. Chriselle says everything is cheap in the Philippines if you got dollars. And she's right, you know. And remember, guys, this budget argument, it's no right or wrong answer. No two people are the same. I've got a little 40-inch television over here. I don't even think John has a television. Carlos Red says, when will it open, do you think? Well, they just had a setback. So a month from March 18th to April 19th, they're shutting inbound traffic to foreigners and even Filipinos returning home unless you're OFW. AJ Eckley, thanks for the super chat. He said upper body thongs on their way, brother. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. But yeah, the Dunham man said he needs a television. Right. Some people don't. There's no right or wrong answer with that, guys. You know, I just made that video, the $3,000 budget is a myth, to say that. You know, don't argue with anybody about how much you think the cost of living is going to be over here. I don't smoke, I drink. I don't skirt chase. I don't go to bars or anything like that, but I do take a vacation pre-pandemic once a month. And it's hard for me to spend $1,000 over here. I'm just telling you, every month. My rent is $173 a month. My electric bill, now that I bought my air conditioner for my daughter, because you see, I don't need it. It's about $40. No, it's less than, yeah, it's about $40 a month. Then my water bill is about $6 a month. What else do I need? To eat? Okay? I'm just telling you, man, you know, it's not expensive over here. Believe it or not. See, the Dunham man says, I skirt, chase, and drink. Well, it's going to cost you a little bit more. But you may not eat as much as me. You know, you may not want, you know, I've got 6 people living in this house with me. I'm telling you now. And it's 6 of us, including my little daughter. Hey, Dana Middleton says, tell your viewers to click the like button. Manila. Man, I feel your pain, brother. They don't seem to believe me. But I'm going to tell you, when the average Philippine and nothing, and it comes up to $250 a month, okay, if you can't live on $1,000 US a month, then you're doing something wrong. And then not only that, but most of the Filipinos that you're going to come in contact with don't earn anywhere near $12,500 a month. That's a lie. Hey, Ronald, what's his name? Ronald Pereira? I hope I said that name. Pereira from Texas. What's going on? Thanks, brother. Hey, from Texas, Sunshine. I watched you recently. Nice job on your channel. Thank you. I'm just a regular guy. I'm just a regular Joe who wants to give some good, you know. If somebody told me that, hey, you know, for your 2 weeks over there, you don't need to, wait, I'm gonna do that. If somebody would have told me, said, hey, you know, for your 2 months over there, you don't need to bring $20,000. See, I wouldn't have bought $20,000 over here. That's 1,000,000 pesos at that time. But Jesus Montoya said, I heard they don't believe about your cost because you're in a remote area. I'm not in a remote area. I live in a second-class city. This isn't a province, guys. That's not true. Whoever told you that? I live in the city. I'm 4 hours from Dumaguete. I'm 2 hours from Cebu City, 2 hours from Bacolod. I'm not remote. Okay? Absolutely. Don't get rid of that. Todd Johnson said, should I keep paying my Social Security health premium? Absolutely. You work for it, and you never know. If you stop that premium, and then you decide to go back to the United States for whatever reason, 95% of your treatment is outpatient. And that's what that premium's paying for. Part A is inpatient, Part B is outpatient. That's my line of work, brother. You better keep that. Butch Helton said, in 2015, I took 4,000 US for 3 weeks. He lived, in other words, he lived like a baller. Absolutely, and it's true. Had a wonderful time, came home and put 2,500 back in the bank when I returned. I was on Comegan Island. See, now that's remote, Butch. Where I live in the city. Hey, Calvin, this is Larry. John Denver, Sunshine on My Shoulders, just popped up on my watch list. I don't know why it does that, but they're looking. Steve Vimerat, I hope I get that right. He says last time he was in PI, he says, I ate so much lechon, my blood pressure was sky high. I thought I was going to die, but I missed the food. Lang is my favorite dish, and I miss the SM Mall and Yellow Cap Pizza. Yeah, Yellow Cap Pizza is my favorite too, Steve. But having said that, now here in Gasano Mall, they have a pizza place. I hated the pizza at first. Now I guess they got a new oven and a new recipe. Now it's delicious. Yeah, Butch, I love Comegan Island. If I could move there now, I would, but that's remote. This is a city I live in. This isn't remote. I don't know who's giving that lie. It's not a big city, but you could live for 1,000 in Dumageddon. I met a little Swedish guy there, and he was his rent. He was single. His biggest expense was his rent, $200 a month. But he ate, believe it or not, $5 a day for food. So, you know, it just depends on who you are. It's no argument with the budget, guys. Mr. Vegas says, best thing we can do is use this lockdown to improve your health. And I'm going to add to that, Mr. Vegas. Don't wait till you get to the field. And stack your money. But y'all won't listen to me. Y'all keep sending money over here. Man, you know, that's why I stopped right now doing interviews. Because these women look at me as a life changer. You know, they look at Sunshine Shoulders got the Midas touch over here. You know, they're trying to use me because they see the 3 women that I interviewed, all 3 of them are living better than me right now. I promise you that. They're getting hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month from you guys, and it doesn't improve your chances any greater. First come, first serve when you get here. I mean it. Hey, Jimbo, he says, and thanks for that, he says, great workout route video, Calvin. Thank you, Jimbo DeCoste. Richie Rich says, stack your chips, dude. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, sending that money over here is not doing you any good. If some guy who maybe has never sent not one dime gets here before you. Tony Booth, hey brother, he's here in Australia. Sorry guys, wait. He says, hey brother, Tony here in Australia. Been to the Philippines one time 2 years ago. Hoping to get back. Love your honesty. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. John says, been watching expat vids. Their girlfriends are beautiful. Budget my money. Are there tropical breezes there often? Oh, absolutely. when I was on the beach in Sapalai City, I mean, it was a beautiful breeze coming off that beach. Efren Dunlap says, I understand the bedroom is secondary to the Philippines and all other islands and things. Well, now that's going to be your number one thing. Clayton Mary says, really, Calvin? Wow, your matchmaking services were lucrative to them. Absolutely, because I just received an email from one of my, to interview a young lady. See, she says she sees me here at the mall and she's shy to ask me, right? And I saw the message that she sent him. Hey, James Lance, thanks for that super chat. Let me finish my thought. And she says she tried the dating sites, but they don't work like my interviewing works. Wow, really? James Land says, oh wow, Calvin, great job. I'm glad you stopped these guys from overspending. You're always looking out for us. I'm definitely going to meet you when I get there. Let's hang, bro. Absolutely, James. But that's the type of information I give. The mistakes that I made have become my secrets, and I pass them on to you. And one mistake I made was sending money over here. You just don't have to do it. Wait till you get over here. There's nothing wrong with taking care of a woman. Every woman I've had over here, I've taken very, very good care of. But you don't have to send money because you're not increasing your chances any greater. Hey, Dana, thanks for that super sticker. Because it's first come, first serve. I promise you. How do I know? My beautiful, lovely, intelligent girlfriend that I'm with now, she told me. She was honest. She was dating 3 guys, including me. The only problem, you know what was my advantage? I was already here. I mean, there was a guy who sent her $1,000 US, man. Yeah. He was supposed to had met her in June. Guess what? I met her in May. And guess what? I sent this. Them 3 women that I interviewed, I promise you, they all got new motorcycles. They all got new furniture, new wash machines. The kids got bicycles, new clothes. They got it all, man, and y'all doing it. I'm not doing it. Hey, Corman FMF, thanks for that super sticker. But, you know, all I can do is put the information out there. If you want to follow it, good, you know, because we're grown men, guys. That's, you know, my audience is 35 and up. Y'all going to do what you want to do. Retired 2019 says, Calvin, thanks for the fitness video. You're welcome. James Lane said, Calvin closed the deal. I did. With this, man. I promise you, the guy had just sent her, hey, Yasharari, thanks for that super sticker. Man, I'm sorry, I can't get that name right. If you want to put it out here, help me. U1 Yuji says you can't help simps. Well, I know why we do it. We put women in the layaway. We put women on reserve. We thinking, and you know, we want to, you know, Americans and Westerners, we're kind-hearted. Thanks, LR, for that super chat, super sticker. That by sending money over here, we're helping, but we're really hurting. If you send a woman $100 over here, guess what? That's enough money. Most people, that's about a month and a half salary over here. Hey, Ingram Davis, what's going on, brother? You can mess her up. You can upset the cart. You can mess with nature by doing that. And I always tell guys that when you come over here for 2 weeks, you know, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but that woman's not going to be the same when you go back home. She's not used to air conditioning. She's not used to sleeping on real mattresses, taking hot showers, eating meat every single day. She's not used to that. So when you leave, she's not going to want to go back to that job earning 150, 200 pesos a day. It's just how it is. Okay, he asked about the retirement visa. Red Sif Lloyd says, I lived in the Philippines for 3 years. I'll be back permanently in 3 more. Have you heard any word on retirement visas? Well, before this shutdown, they had resumed them. But I don't know if this new variant has caused them to suspend them too. But yeah, they had resumed those retirement visas. I was talking to a gentleman last night, as a matter of fact. He's here on the military retirement visa, and you get a break now if you're a U.S. Serviceman, American serviceman, and you take a physical and you get an FBI check. He said it's quite simple. Instead of having $20,000 in the bank, all you have to have now is $1,500 in the bank, and then it's good for 3 years. Every 3 years, he has to pay 1,500 pesos. So yeah. So servicemen, if you're a U.S. military, honorably discharged, that is, you qualify for that special military visa, where you only have to have $1,500 in the bank. Cause see, some of these special resident retirement visa, that's what that SRRV stands for. Some of them require commitment from you. They call it a deposit or an investment, anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000. Now, I guess you could buy a condominium or something like that. But yeah, you have to be careful on that. Hey, Yasha Rala Asa Israel. Okay, thanks for that super sticker, brother. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I'm butchering your name. KJ, $1,500 US in the bank for residency, but you got to be former military. Yes, that's a special visa that they have now. He's on it. He was telling me about it and told me that I should apply for it. And then every 3 years, he pays 1,500 pesos every 3 years. Steve Vernerat says, is there a VA in the Philippines? Yes, there's a VA outpatient clinic on the premises of the U.S. Embassy in Manila. They see you by appointment only, and it's service-related injuries. Okay, then they have something else called the care, so they want you to sign up with both of them. Submit 3 samples, and I'm going to send it back, and he's going to send it to Ancestry. So yeah, we're very close to cracking this. And thank you, Antron, for that sacrifice, brother. I mean, we're really excited about it. And it's on her giving the samples, because she's the only one going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. Okay, because I don't want to contaminate it. At only service connected are treated in Manila. Right. That's right. The Orchid King says, have a San Miguel for me. I'm going to tell you something, though, guys. I got a hookup over here with a guy, and he's an independent agent. He works online, and they've got some great policies. Because what I'm going to do when my field health expires, I'm going to buy a real international health policy. It's going to run me $196 a month, and it's really, really good. And it's effective immediately. Hey, Ronald Pereira, thank you for that super sticker. Mark Santoro says, and he's right. Wait, I didn't mean that, Mark. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. But he says, American men think that sending women money is like depositing money in a bank account, and then later they were able to benefit from it. Those women don't care who sends them money. I couldn't have said it any better, but they won't listen to me when I tell them that. It's sort of like we're going to put this woman on layaway. They don't realize that there's 3 or 4 other guys sending them money too. See? And it's whoever gets her. It's just how it is, guys. Levels of Madness says, I need to find me a rich Filipino with one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. Yeah. Well, I hate to tell you, but probably someone, brother. And then, speaking of banana peels, guys, a guy was telling me about his shaky retirement plan. Is hoping and praying that you slip on a banana peel. You're probably not ready to come over here to the Philippines. And I was honest with him. That's what I told him. You got to have a better plan than that. Honestly. Okay, let's see. Vernon living that sweet life, dough. And the Pinot boyfriend is spending your money. Absolutely. I'm to me. See, one thing that I've learned about Filipinos, you're either going to meet a great one or you're going to meet a terrible one. There's no in between. And most of them are great. But when you're online, you take that risk of meeting that terrible one, man, and there's nothing worse than that. Cal Devin says, Cal, you're going to get Pacific Cross help. No, I'm going to get it from a company called Now. It's a global flex plan. It's it's $2,000 deductible. It mostly covers inpatient, emergency room, evacuation, because outpatient care here, guys, is cheap. You don't have to spend extra money for inpatient and outpatient care. Get you a policy, a good policy, that only focuses on inpatient care. And make sure you got that evacuation, okay? Because if the service is not provided in the Philippines, they'll fly you out to Malaysia, Thailand, one of those countries that has the booming medical tourism, one of those infrastructure. But no, I'm not going to get Pacific Cross. They've got some that are a lot better, a lot cheaper. Lumina, yeah, you can get some good ones, guys. I mean it. Yeah, a guy says, can ex-military get buried in the Red Sith Lord says, can ex-military get buried in the military cemetery there? Yes. Hey, thanks, Aaron McLeod, for that super chat. What's up, Calvin? My girlfriend's mother lives just outside the Val City in the Tamagan province. Do you Canadians being kidnapped over on Samal Island? Dumaguete is one of the safest cities in the world. Honestly, this is a good question. This is good. He says, Steve says, for us brothers traveling to the PI, if you use Andy's clippers or edges, make sure you bring your own because I went crazy looking for one, couldn't find one at all. Well, I'm gonna add to it. You better hope and pray that you're in Manila or Cebu and you can find a good barber, because that's why I had to go bald, guys. I had to go bald because the guy messed my line up so bad. I mean, you can see my line was like here. He took my line like back here. There was no fixing my line, guys. So I had to just cut my hair off, really, because there was no fixing that line. Be careful. If I were you, bring some of that hair chalk where you can trace your line out for him. This is real talk, guys. If you're worried about your line, bring that hair chalk that they use in the barber shops in the United States and trace your line. Otherwise, you're going to be like me. You're going to be bald. Yeah, but if you find a good barber here, a good barber, a good restaurant, a good laundry, a good woman, you better stick with it. Okay? Hugo Hughes says, I'm married to a Filipina. Let's see what he says. And we live, Mulawin, some of the things you say, she doesn't agree with some of the things that you say. Yeah, of course. I mean, you got to understand, my content is not for Filipinos or Filipinas. It's for you. They're going to misinterpret everything I say. It's never going to make sense to them. And I don't have a problem with that. Remember, I'm not the Bible on the Philippines. I just want to give you a boots on the ground, real live perspective of what to expect over here. I mean, I was flying off the seat of my pants when I got here. I mean, I don't want you to do that, especially if this is your first time coming over here. I want your experience to be good. Hollywood Baby says, how much are the haircuts, Calvin? Well, just regular on the street, they're $1. But if you go to some place like David's or one of those fancy Bruno's in the mall, it's going to cost you about $5 or $6. And you may be able to get you a good barber, but once you find one, you better stay with him because it's like the guy says, it's hit and miss. With those barbers, especially for me as a black man. See, I got a line. See, I don't have the bangs like, a lot of Asians and, Indians and white guys. They have those bangs. They can hide the line. My line, man, I'm going to tell you something. It was here. He took it here. Like that. I mean, when I got out of it, and believe it or not, I was in Dumaguete, man, and I'm thinking, because at this time I'm with my wife, and she never said a word to me. I'm thinking I'm looking good, because, they don't show you that mirror at the end. I'm just going by the way he's doing everything up. I'm like, oh, man, it must be really, really nice. So we go to McDonald's, and my son's sitting in front of me, and he's looking just so strange at me. So I turn, and I look in the mirror to get my reflection, and I about died, man. I about died. I went out and bought me a hat, and then I just commenced to just tell him to cut the rest of my hair off, man. William Wilson said I have white hair. He said crew cuts here make him look like Kim Jong-un sometimes. Well, it's better than looking like Sambo, I tell you that. I'd rather look like Kim Jong-un than Sambo. They let me look like little Sambo. What's the other one on the Little Rascals? What's his name? Bobby G says, I'm be sure that you saying I know who cut his hair. It's funny, I'm telling you, man, you think I'm playing. What's the little guy on the Little Rascals? That's how he had me looking, man. I tell you what, I was, no, not alfalfa, buckwheat. Man, I look like buckwheat with a stymie, buckwheat. I look like, and I had the nerve to give the guy a tip because I didn't know what I was looking like, man. I was looking bad, you know, because my real barber was in Cebu, but he moved to New Zealand. So yeah, be careful, guys, when you come over and get them haircuts. Yeah, Aaron, I look like a real clown. And that's why I got mad at my wife at the time. I was like, why didn't you stop him when you saw him cutting my hair like that? There would have been one time I would have liked for you to stand up and take up for me. Because it took forever for my hair to grow back, and it never grew back, so I just got it cut off. I said, to hell with it. Now my girlfriend here, she shaves my head, so, you know. Hey, Nick's One Life, he said, hey, Mr. Calvin, thanks for that workout video. Also, he said, thanks for keeping it real on your channel and for giving back to the locals. Much love to you and your family. From Nick in Houston, Texas. Man, thank you so much, Nick, for that super chat, man. And this is how Sunshine Shoulders was started. Long before my YouTube channel, I started my Facebook page. I just wanted to give back to Filipinos struggling during the pandemic because I was feeling sorry for myself. And I looked around, man, and I tell you, and I saw so much suffering, man. I said, you sorry son of a gun, you know, ungrateful, you know, you got it. That time I had like 1,700 US coming in every month. And I see this little boy outside my window. He's scrounging around begging people for food and leftovers. And I said, I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to sacrifice 1,000 pesos out of my savings every week to help, you know, Filipinos during the pandemic. And that's how Sunshine Shoulders got started in July of 2020. Thanks, Christopher Wolfgang. So you mean the money I'm sending to this blogger would not equal bang, bang? You're funny, man. Thanks, Christopher, for your continued help and support. Adam L. said, how much is a scooter to buy? Do they need to be registered? They'll register that for you at the dealership. You can get, if you know how to ride the one with the gears, you can get a brand new one for about $1,000, about 48,000, 49,000 pesos. Or you can get, the automatics start out at about 65,000 pesos. That's about, I'm gonna say about 1,200 US dollars. See, my girlfriend, she's got a fancy one. She's got a 150. Brand new, it was 97,000 pesos, which is almost $2,000. So it can go all the way from a new one from 1,000 all the way up to, they've got some that cost over 3,000 pesos. I mean $3,000, about 150,000 pesos. Just depends on what you want. But yeah, you can get a good automatic for about 1,200, and they're good. And then they'll give you a free, they'll register it, they'll give you a free helmet and everything. Simply, Akka says, my husband, this is funny, but he's smart to do this. She says, my husband learned to do his hair and he saves $30 every. Get a good, you can get a good haircut. Seven Stizzle, thanks for that super chat. Women don't want Calvin giving up all the lowdown. You're exactly right, man. That's exactly what it is. And they get mad about that. So of course they're not gonna like me, because I'm telling you guys the truth. But let me answer this question. He says, hey, Sunshine, we're waiting on the DNA test right now. Once we get that, she's going to send 3 samples. We're going to send it back to Antron. He's going to send it to Ancestry. We're going to go from there. I think I think we're getting close to finding that. Frank Ellis said Gio paid $2,000 for his. Yeah, that's about right if you get a good one. Levels of Madness says with COVID-19 running amok, more people are cutting their own hair. Exactly. Charles Hurd said good morning for Cebu. Hey Charles, man, that's my favorite city. If I had to say so, if I had to narrow it down, I'd have to say Cebu's my favorite place in the Philippines. Animal guy, I know when I go to the Philippines, I would see a lot of strays and sad, helpless dogs. I would try to help them all, but I know there's only so much I can do. Yeah, you're going to see a lot, man. And that's heartbreaking. But for some reason, they don't bite or bark at you. Okay, the guy says, Calvin, she says she needs to be waiting on 3 different DNA kits. Hopefully they're all from different places. If not, you know, we got to do what's available right now. You know, we're in the village that the guy was able to send that to us. He says, is it easy to find double blade refills here? It is. Gillette, this to the Philippines. Even Gillette refills here will rip your face apart. I tell you what, unless you get that 4 blade over here, it's going to rip you up. Hey, Ron Bizzle. Thanks for that super chat. He said, thank you for caring, Brother Calvin. You know, honestly, Ron Bizzle, somebody did it for me, man. You know, how many times, man, growing up, man, was I on the angel tree? My kids on the angel tree, or the Salvation Army dropping off a food box to my house, man, you know, before I stopped drinking. See, I never forget that kind of stuff. It keeps me humble. It keeps me going. It keeps me helping people, you know. But that's why I do it, because I'm going to tell you, man, there's nothing, I don't know, worse than being thirsty and can't get anything in them 3. And I see all of that over here. The Ziggy Family Hustle, thanks for that. Check out his channel, the Ziggy Family Hustle. You know, he's got one of those channels where his kids are like the stars, man, and are they twins, or, you know, these little guys, man, and he doesn't got a lot of content, man, but his videos gets a lot of views, man. I don't know how he does that. Man, hell, I had to make, trust me, by the time the algorithm had caught me, I promise you, man, I had over 150 videos. And that's what I tell people who are, you know, would-be vloggers. Don't wait. If you wait for the algorithm to catch you, man, you'll wait forever. And I'm not going to lie. It may never catch you. I was hoping and praying. I got real fortunate. But I was hoping and praying that it would catch me someday, but I didn't wait. Every day I made a video, you know. And that's what I would tell you. Make a video every day. Ronald Harris said, can you get Dish TV? You can get satellite TV over here. But during the rainy season with all the storms and the rain and stuff, it's going to cause you a lot of trouble. Christopher Wolfgang says, make a trip to Japan. Of course, this is post-pandemic. And you'll be able to pick up top-line electric razors. I go to Japan all the time for shopping electronics when I'm in Asia. That's a great suggestion, Christopher. And that's what I'm going to do once everything opens back up, is go to Japan. Because I'm going to tell you, I need me a good, see, I don't use razors because it breaks me out. But let me show you guys something real quick. This is for a lot of guys who get razor bumps. I don't get razor bumps anymore, and I'm going to show you why. And they got it over in the Philippines for the brothers. Hold on. Okay, if you have trouble with razor bumps, if you use a razor, you have trouble with razor bumps, they got something in the Philippines, it's called Bumps Away. It's a cream, man. I'm telling you, it's the best I've ever seen. They don't sell this in America. I got it off Shopee. It costs about $3, no, about $2.50. It's called Bumps Away. And you put it on your face, you know, after you shave, you know, for about the, you know, and just you put it on there every day. Even though I put it on my bald head. There's no razor bumps. Just wanted to. Cal Devin says, Cal, soak the razor in olive oil or baby oil after each use. It will last forever. Hey, thanks, Cal. You heard what he said. Soak the razors in olive oil or baby oil, did you say? Let me see that. Olive oil or baby oil after each use, it will last forever. I'm going to try that today. The Ziggy family also says, close in age, but not twins. Thank God. Yeah, they some little characters, man, I tell you. When I went on your channel, let's see, man, I need that bumps away, Lord Henry says. It's over here, brother, and it works. Lord Henry says, man, I need that bumps away. I always get an ingrowing hair from shaving, but I do use an electric head shaver on my face, LOL. Well, see, that's what I need, a real good Remington shaver for my face. It will work. I don't use a blade because, man, I'd have bumps all over here. But when I did get the bumps, I bought that and they're gone. So now I just use a trimmer and then, but one of those Remington, I think it's a Remington 9 or something over there. It's like $100. If I were in America, I'd buy that. I've seen the reviews and the demonstrations on YouTube, and it's worked. Scott says, is it possible to get electrolysis over here? Absolutely, and Filipinos do it all the time. Yeah, the Filipinos do it all the time over here, and it is fairly cheap. It's about $1,500. TLM says, thanks for the info because I have sensitive skin and I'm bald. Yeah, it works really, really good. Is it possible to get electrolysis on your face? Yeah, it is, Scott. Aaron says, use old school DE razor for about the last year. Blades are cheap too. TLM says, needed to know that when I come to the Philippines in September, I'm a person of color. Yeah, it really works. I wouldn't put this out there, and I don't get paid anything for this. I'm doing this, all my information to help my viewers. But it really works. It's the first time I've ever had alcohol after I shaved, even when I used to shave my head. I used to use that witch hazel too, but good luck trying to find it over here. Martin Devalier, 1,500, did you mean 15? You said $1,500, you mean 1,500 pesos. Are you talking about the SRRV? It's 1,500 pesos, if that's what you're talking. Person says it's impossible to find the blade cartridge from my Norelco. Yeah, it's a lot of things over here you're not going to be able to find. You may, hey, it's a lot of things over here you're not going to be able to find. You may not be able to find, but you're going to be able to find the knockoffs over here because they got knockoffs like crazy over here, guys, and it's so Oh no, you said, oh, okay, electrolysis. No, it's 1,500 pesos. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Uh, but they've got, we were in the store the other day. Now see, you can't do this in the United States. Victoria's Closet over here. They've got a Big Mac over here. It's Big Mac, M-A-K. It's hilarious when you get here. You're going to see trademark infringement. They don't bar that over here. They don't care about that stuff, man. It's funny. Victoria's Closet. And this stuff is so generic and so out the wall cheap. It's crazy. The Jordans, do not buy the knockoff Jordans here. They don't even look like Jordans. They look worse than those Shaq shoes in Walmart. They're not going to fool anybody. Only thing that looks the same is the Jordan thing like that. James Lance says, Calvin, do the Filipinos shave herself down there? They do. But if you wanted to, I'm pretty sure they would let you. And that's the truth. But yeah, they will. But I prefer that, you know, whiskers down there, James Lyons, to be honest with you. Eric Harper, how about barbers? Can they cut coarse black hair? They can. Filipinos are great barbers. But they just have a trouble with the line, Eric. This is the trouble they have. So bring that line chalk with you if you can. Believe it or not. John says, can you get pre-workout energy drinks there? Yes. John, one thing about the Philippines, there are people over here. Remember, it's warm all year round over here. I mean, trust me, they got some great athletes over here. Jose Villanova says I should start selling that merch. People can buy and help your cause. It's true, you know, but I don't know if they'd allow me to do that. TLM says land chalk. It's true, man. It's not funny. You're going to need it over here because as far as giving you a fade, oh man, they can give you a great fade. But the line, they're going to mess you up. TLM said, my girl sent me some knockoff Jordans. She thought they were real. That's hilarious, man. I don't know. I'm telling you, these are the worst knockoff Jordans I've ever seen. And you got to realize we're right near to where they make the original Jordans. But if you go to Cebu and Manila, it's going to make you laugh when you see them. And you be like, man, this ain't fooling nobody. This is not Jordans. Swordens. I don't know what you call it. The Orchid King say, Calvin, all you have to do is take the orders through emails. Yeah, I can do that. That's a great idea. Thanks. TLM says, I bring my own clippers and keep it bald. You see what I did? I just keep it simple, man. He said, the Orchid King says it would help boost sales. I'm gonna have to consider that because this stuff really works. TLM, I crack up every time I go into the E-Mall. And if you go to Cebu, the E-Mall is right on the corner, right down from the South Bus Terminal. You're gonna see them, man. It's gonna crack you up. Rory Bellamy, thanks for your help and support, Rory. He says I could be he says Calvin could be a commercial endorsement for any health product like George Foreman knockoff, man. I tell you. Hey, Rasta Nadi, thanks for that super sticker. Calvin, give this to the person that held the camera while you were working out on the beach. That's my girlfriend. Yeah, I'll give it to her. Thanks, brother. Them Jordans are hilarious, man, but you gotta. TLM says all I can do is appreciate that she tried. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to give a effort, man. How much it costs to fill a scooter with petrol, Ronald Harris says. It's going to cost about, I'm going to say 150 pesos, because that's what, when we fill up my girlfriend's scooter, it's about 150 pesos, about $3. Frank Ellis says, I cut my own hair. I learned to do it when I was in the service. I tell you what, that's a valuable tool over here, Frank. Especially if you're a man of color, you're going to need it. But remember, they can cut hair, and they're going to give you a massage, but all it takes is one bad haircut to screw us over, and we're done, especially when you get 50-something, and your hair really ain't growing back the way it used to. So be careful. Hey, the Dre Diggity Show, what's up, brother? Eric Harper said, I can't wait to get there, man. I say this all the time, and I know you guys think I'm joking. This is a magical place. Your first time coming here, bring as much money as you can afford. Stay as long as you can, because you're going to kick yourself when you get back home. There's nothing like the Philippines, especially the first time. I've been here, next month will be 12 years altogether. And I'm going to tell you, it seems like new to me. Every day seems new to me. And I don't know why. It's just, I guess, because somebody asked me when I was in Sabali, they said, why do you like the Philippines so much? And first thing came on my mind, I said, because it's not America, first of all, but it's just something new every day to me. Mr. Free said, can you get Rogaine there? I need to keep my hair from falling out. If not, you can get the knockoff, or you can get something similar to it. Hey, thanks, Dave Man, for the super chat. He said, will Filipinos get offended if you ask them to get a checkup, and what does it cost? No. And if they do get offended, that's a red flag. It costs about $10, about 500 pesos. But Filipinos go to the doctor a lot anyway. Women go to the doctor a lot anyway, but remember all the stuff you got to go through. But set the example. If you're going to ask her to take a physical, then you take one and have your results with you too. But with this COVID thing, that's a deal breaker. If you don't want to take the swab test, see, my girl had to take it because she had the baby. She was in the hospital before I got here. See, because I took it to come here from Zamboanga. If I got to jump through all the hoops, take the swab test, take the COVID vaccine and all that other stuff, and then when I get here and I ask you to take the swab test and you say no, okay, well, I'm going to find somebody that will. Because I didn't do all of that to come over here and then catch up, brother. That's my buddy, Rod Yates. He was over here. When were you over here, Rod? Was that 2018 or 19? Tell him, am I lying about coming to the Philippines for your first time? He thought I was joking with him. England Davis said they would get mad. Some of them didn't. I tell you what, I go to the next one because you got too much on the line, guys. Don't give them a pass. You're doing everything as it is. You're playing for the plane ticket. You're enduring that just hellacious flight over here. That's not easy. All you guys are so happy to get to the Philippines. Wait till you get halfway in the middle of your flight and you're pulling your hair out. There's only so many movies you can watch. Okay? The food, only so many hours you can sleep. You're halfway through that flight and you say, man, this better be worth it. And then you get here, you're paying for the hotel, Airbnb, everything. And then you ask her something simple. Hey, can you take get a checkup? And she says no. Well, that's a red flag. You're doing everything, guys. Yeah, I am in China and your back hurts. Yeah. Hey, Lord Henry, thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin, your opinion on singing Frank Sinatra. I did it my way for karaoke in the Philippines. Is it really the most dangerous thing you can do? You're going to fight. Now, as a foreigner, they may give you a pass. But, everybody wants to do it over here. And, you're going to fight. It's the source of so many arguments. especially in the bars and stuff. Don't do it. Or you can say, one song they will let you sing, and I don't care how many times, is One in a Million by Larry Graham. Hey, Jason Wood, thanks for that super chat. He says, good morning, Calvin. Good evening, sir. If you're in the Philippines, good morning. Yeah, just come over here, play it safe, and sing One in a Million by Larry Graham. Okay? TIM says, stay blessed and safe, bro. Hopefully we can link up. I'll be living in Fairview, Quezon City area once I arrive. Hey, yeah, man, because I'm going to come up that way. George says that, Lord Henry. Yes, it is. So, yeah, I'd pick another song. Pick something by the Carpenters, man. The Carpenters are real popular over here. Or something by Journey, where you can get a straight flight. It's maybe 14 hours or something like that. William Wilson said, Filipinos always handing me the book and insist I sing for karaoke. They freak out when I do a Tagalog song. I bet you they do. Colin B says, One in a Million is a great song. It is. Christopher Wolfgang says, no R. Kelly? Yeah, they like that. I Believe I Can Fly over here. Poe, if I may, I want all Americans who marry Filipinos to protect their loved ones if they live in America right now. So much hate crime against Asians here. Thanks for that, for bringing that up. Simply, Acres. And it's so embarrassing for me. But it just goes to show you our mindset over there. We're ignorant, you know. The jumping on those, you know, I meant to say that, and I'm glad you brought that up. It makes me so embarrassed as being a foreigner over here in the Philippines, man. It's embarrassing. Because I'm going to tell you, in the Philippines, they don't bother you. I don't care what our history is with the Philippines as a Martin says, what about your song by Elton John? You did a great job with that one. Hey, thanks, Martin. But I tell you what, I've only sung karaoke one time in 12 years here. Because I'm shy and bashful. I do it in the privacy of my house. I record it and put it online, and the Filipino, they don't care. They're not even looking at you. They're not even looking at you. Really. They're not. But yeah, they love karaoke, and it's big time over here. I mean, it's big. I think the first karaoke machine was actually invented by a Filipino, if I'm not for sure. Kroplowski says it's 15 hours and 50 minutes from Newark, New Jersey to Hong Kong. Yeah. Then it's another hour and a half, 2 hours from Hong Kong to Manila, Cebu, wherever you're going. Hey, Calvin, what's going on, brother? Keep up the good work, my man. My wife is watching right now. She's a big fan. That's Michael Dorsonville. Shout out to Zamboanga. I love Zamboanga. It's safe in Zamboanga for anybody who's thinking about going there. The people are amazing. Carmen Greenwood says, I'm not shy and bashful to sing. Well, they'll love you here then, Carmen. Just they'll love you. Cal Dearman says, DR Cal's a singer too. I think we all have our voice. If you can find, see, I got a deep voice. So as long as I sing something by Lou Rawls, maybe Luther, not as good as Luther, sing something like Michael Jackson. Ben Giancana says, Calvin, the reason you're happy in the Philippines is because happiness depends on your attitude and compassion and kindness you show to the Filipino people. Keep up the good work. I believe that wholeheartedly, Ben. That's absolutely right. I was telling somebody in Sapalay, they said, well, what kind of people are in America? And I said, well, probably the kind of people you expect to meet. If you go to America and you expect to meet nice, welcoming people, that's what you're going to find. If you expect to meet mean, racist people, that's what you're going to find. So it's the same over here. Clayton Murray says, very right for you, Calvin. Man, I'm going to tell you, as deep as my voice is, Barry White is hard to do, man. He was a great singer. And he's got a deep voice, but I tell you what, man, some of them notes he hits, they're deep, but they're funny, man. I can do the I can do the word part. Clarence Carter, Patches. You're hilarious, Aaron. If you could, yeah, I'm back, guys. I'm sorry, but somebody called me and cut me off. That's what happened. Whenever I'm on a live stream and somebody calls me, I lose the signal. I apologize, guys, but my time is up. I'm at 132 minutes anyway. I apologize for that. But thanks everybody for your super chats, your super stickers, your thumbs up for